G'day everyone, welcome back to Aussie Dad Live. I hope you're having a great weekend here. Saturday, 28 degrees, sun's out, getting out and about doing some yard work. Thought I'd do a quick review on the boys' bikes. Now, these have all been bought from BIGW for birthdays, Christmas presents and so on. So this first one I'm going to look at and talk about is a balance bike. This is, like I said, been all bought from BIGW. Now this one's Mason's, my youngest, who's just turned 3. We paid, I think, $40 for this. We didn't go straight to one with some training wheels because he wanted to just get around a little bit quicker, and his legs weren't long enough at the time for the ones with the pedals. So what do I think of these bikes? Obviously they're cheap, $40. As soon as the boys start throwing them down, falling over them, the seats get cut up. Overall, this thing has spent a lot of time on its side. It's got a few tears here or there, a couple at the front, but overall, it's held up pretty good. You know, it's got lots of dings and marks over it. The tyres, I don't believe, they're just a foam tyre. They're not ones that are replaceable with inner tubes. Now, you can get all different sorts of balance bikes with replaceable tyres and so on, but like I said, we just went for something relatively cheap that you can just get around on and start using. Yeah, so foam wheels front and back. This is plastic spokes, and it hasn't missed a beat. Only thing I've had to tighten up is the nut here, because this has come a little bit loose, I guess, with throwing him down all the time. And he absolutely loves it. We've got him on the next bike here, which I'll talk about next, with the training wheels. But when we're out and about, yeah. So even when we go for our bike rides around the block and things like that, thanks. So yeah, so even when we go around for our walks around the block and so on, he wants to take this bike because he can go a little bit quicker than the new one that he's got. So we're sort of just transitioning over to that side of things. It's got a little plastic protector here to keep kids from knocking themselves, scratching, you know, getting caught and so on. He hasn't had any damage from the bike, you know, cuts or getting pinches or caught, which is pretty good. It's got the little rubber handles here on the side. He absolutely loves this bike. Hey, how much do you love this bike? Yeah, you love it, don't you? So for $40, he's had it. We got it just, like I said, just before his 3rd birthday. So we're into so he probably had it nearly, you know, 9-10 months, and yeah, it's going along fine. The tyres, as they're foam and he uses them a fair bit, they are starting to wheel, you know, to rub away. But I think by the time these things give out completely, he'll have transitioned over onto that one, so shouldn't be any problems there. Hello, you right there? Can you hop out of the way? Because I've got to do my other one more. Keep down, hop out of the way. Oh. Alright, bike number 2. So this one, another, like I mentioned, BIGW special. These were $80. Now, when we ordered it online because of all the COVID for his July birthday, they actually sent a next size up bike, which I didn't realise until the night before his birthday. So that was way too big for him. So we ended up finding another one from BIGW with the right size. You know, these are the 12-inch wheels versus the 14, I think they are. So yeah, this one. What do we got here? PJ masks, front handbrake. It's got rear brakes as well. Come with everything that you see here. Adjustable seat. Now, same deal as the other ones. As soon as they start getting, you know, fallen over, jumped on, thrown around a little bit, the seats get torn up, rips and tears, but it doesn't affect the bike. Yeah, even your old one does, yeah. The plastic wheels are good. We tried taking them off this morning actually, but he wasn't too keen, so I chucked them back on. They move up or down, so depending on how confident he is, you can keep raising them up, allowing him to balance a little bit better. Plastic foot pedals. Overall, when you buy the bike, you've got to put it together. It takes you about half an hour to screw everything together. You know, put the wheels on, put the handbrake on. Now, Just the only important thing, I suppose, is making sure the handbrake's adjusted correctly. So the instructions that come with are all pretty detailed, so anybody can go and do it, as long as you make sure they work and you can actually stop. We live on a bit of a hilly area, so there are quite a few hills, so he needs to be able to do it. He hasn't quite worked out the foot brakes yet. Plastic guard to stop the chain from getting grease on the clothes or getting caught up, getting fingers caught in there. Been absolutely no problems with this bike. Seems to be welded up quite well. Everything's all really neat. The paintwork, and like I said, he's just transitioning into it at the moment from his other bike. So some days he likes it, other days he doesn't. He wants to ride his balance board. But overall,
Dad,
80 bucks.
Hey Dad,
Yeah, mate.
after I need to stop talking and you finish, can we play with a water fight?
Yep, we'll have a water fight when I finish. Alright. Now, for Blake, my oldest is 4.5-ish, heading towards 5. Spider-Man. So,
And I have a Spider-Man bike too.
you got a Spider-Man bike? You do, yeah, that's your one's a Spider-Man. Same deal.
I have a thing.
Seats are the first thing to go when you have a few stacks. Plastic, handbrake, all good. Only thing I've had to readjust on this bike is the handbrake. Come loose. No, I don't think they're of the highest quality. Once again, it's about $80 for this. Comes with inner tube tyres. You know, the tyres are probably not the greatest for riding around in the mud and so on. You might want to upgrade them to some chunky ones, but we've been riding around BMX tracks and whatnot for quite a while. Blake absolutely loves it. Adjustable seats. It's got the same deal as the other bike that Mason has. It's got the plastic chain guard protector. No worries. This one came with training wheels as well, but because Blake was a little bit older, he picked it up pretty quick and we got him straight off that. Only thing that's come off this bike has been the reflector. That broke off and disappeared into the ether. I think it had a little plastic thing across the front here for like Spider-Man, but same deal, that came off and just got in the way, so we've left that off. Put that there. Handbrake works well, foot brake, no worries. Like I said, nothing's broken off this. There's been no tyre punctures, no nothing. And the boys treat them pretty harshly. They get ridden around. We try not to leave them out in the rain, but sometimes that happens. People forget. Yeah, so Blake absolutely loves this bike. He's doing jumps now. We've seen him in some of the other videos going around the BMX track. Probably the only thing is, if he wants to do a little bit more BMX work, the next bike that we get him might have some flatter handlebars because these sit up quite high. So for pulling up and doing jumps and little tricks and whatnot, it's a little bit on the harder side for him. Steel frame, it's all welded up pretty well. There is a few rust spots appearing on some of the areas, but I just give him a squirt of WD-40 or Inox. Yeah, you can ride your bike, buddy. And seems to hold up pretty well. Everything's all powder coated or painted or chrome. And these are obviously aluminium. I think these are aluminium rims and so on. We haven't had any chains fall off, nothing break. Plastic handles, all working as it should. Same deal. These are around 89 or 99 bucks. So the boys are all set now. Blake's, like I said, he's nearly 5. Probably upgrading to 16-inch. I think they're a 16-inch little mountain bike next year at some stage. Single gear that allows you to go up or down, so you can get a little bit more speed and go up some of the steeper hills a little bit easier than just being stuck in the same gear. Or if you want to get a racing mountain bike, BMX bike, we might go down that path. But they're obviously a lot more dollars and so on. So yeah, overall for Big W bikes, I'm actually really surprised at how well they hold up. So yeah, overall, I think the bikes are great value for money. Big W, KMART, Target, they all sort of offer the similar sort of bikes. If you're after something that's going to last, they're going to take a fair bit of a beating, and kids are going to get hours and hours and hours of entertainment out of them. So anyway, hope you've enjoyed the video. Like I said, stay safe, subscribe to the channel. We've got a few more subscribers lately, which has been great. And I'll catch you on the next video. Thanks.